Om Badram Karnevi Shrunuyama Devaha Badram Pashyem Akshabhir Yajatraha Sthirai Rangai Stuštavamsas Tanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brahaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying here Atharva Veda's Prashnopanishad, and we were studying the answer to the third questioner, and he had asked several questions, and the Guru Pippalada is very much pleased because he has asked about the origin of prana. Second question was that who is the main, and there the answer was that prana is the main. Who keeps the body going? Prana keeps the body going, and this prana is the life principle. In the cosmic also, the prana keeps the body of Hiranyagarbha going. Both gross body, subtle body, even the causal body in deep sleep, it is the prana which keeps the body going. That was the second question. And then in the third question, prana is a combination. So, where? Because in the answer to the second question itself, that prana gets divided into this and that. So, prana is a combination. Then where, how it is born, or from where it is born? What is the cause of this prana? What is the ultimate reality from which prana comes into existence? And then how it comes into the body. Prana, how it is born, and how it comes to this body. And then how it divides itself into 5 vrittis and stays in different places in the body. And then how, due to what or with what, it goes away from the body. That means either death or going to some other body. And then, because prana is the life principle of the whole universe, so things which are outside, how the prana holds them, because prana only is holding everything. So how the prana holds the external things or the cosmic body, and how prana holds the inner body. So many questions he has asked. So Guru praises him that prana itself is difficult. It is deep to understand that it is the life principle, cosmic or individual. And you are asking about the origin of that. So you appear to be a real devotee of Brahman. So I will reply. And so he tells him first of all in mantra third, Atmana esha prano jayate. It is from Atma. That means our real nature, the reality of the world, the only reality in the world, that is Atma. Now from that prana is born. Now we know that reality to be unchanging and simple, not compound. So how it is born? So the reply gives, Yatha esha purushe chhaya. Man is standing or sitting or whatever. Automatically we see a shadow. So from whom shadow is born? From the man. But it is a shadow, mind you. There is nothing there, only an appearance. So that he has replied that this prana is not ultimately real. It is an appearance. So from where it is born? From the unchanging Atman. How it is possible? Like a shadow. So it is a shadow of the Atman. It is a reflection of the Atman. It is a shadow. So important answer has been given. Important question, so important answer. And then how it comes to the body, how it takes up a body. So he says, by mind it takes up the body. Now by mind means what? You see, in the mind, the consciousness, Atman, reflects. And as soon as the Atman reflects in the body, then I consciousness is born. And as soon as there is I consciousness, there is prana. So we see this, that mind is the source of the I consciousness. And I consciousness is at the root of prana. If we want to understand this, imagine Sri Krishna or anyone in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Chetan is there, Atman is very much there, but I consciousness is not there. The Atman does not take the form of I, and so there is no prana. Totapuri examined Sri Krishna during his Nirvikalpa Samadhi by putting his fingers near his nostrils, and so many ways which they know. He was Samadhi Rahasajna. And then later on, when he had again and again Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the medical doctors examined him. And they said that medically he has to be declared as dead. But nobody could dare to declare him dead. Not only because after 5 minutes he comes back, but during that time, his consciousness and his bliss is very much radiating and fed by all those who could feel it. So, prana is not there. No sign of prana. Pulse, heartbeat, nothing. One of the doctors, Rajendra Datta, it was surprising. I was thinking Dr. Bhaduri. Rajendra Datta, the originator of homeopathy in India, he put his fingers touching Thakur's eyeballs, and there was no wink in the eyebrows. So the most delicate part of the body, or the absolutely sure motion of pranas, is that. And that also was not there. So, in prana, similarly, in the cosmos, Nirvikalpa Brahma, Chetan full, is always there. But when there is a mind and there is an I consciousness, then this prana or Hiranyagarbha is in the body and it breathes, and I consciousness is there, and then the prana functions. So, in the third mantra, we found that by mind he comes to the body. Mind means we understood the I consciousness which shines in the body. In the Bhashya, we got a little practical details of this, that when the I consciousness is there, then some work man does. And as a result of the work, in the next life, the prana comes to the body. So man takes up a body due to his work. And work is due to sankalpa in the mind, that I shall do. Then it makes work. And work is either good or bad. So if good work is there, he gets a good body. If bad work is there, he gets a bad body. So all this is due to going back, I consciousness doing work. So that was in the Bhashya. And then how it divides and all that. So in the fourth mantra we are told that there is a king emperor, and then he allots different officers in charge of this region, that region, that region. Here the simile is given, but here the prana divides itself into 5 and appoints you stay here and do this work. So some difference from the officers, because each officer is fully in charge of a habitation, but here each officer, which prana himself is given special duties, everybody different duties, and stays in a place. So, and that we have started seeing in the 5th mantra, Payupastha apanam. In the lower 2 organs is apana. Apana is that function of the prana which comes in and goes down. Chakshushratre mukhnasikabhyam prana swayam pratisthate. Swayam means prana as prana. And prana is the exhaling of breath. And exhaling of breath, especially in the eyes and in the ears, we see their functions. Ears and eyes will see the functions of the prana vritti. That means man is living. We shall see in these 2 places. But prana itself lives in mouth and nose. We can feel the presence of breath in the mouth and nose. And we can feel the man is living in his ears and eyes. Madhya tu samana. Madhya means if prana lives in the higher body, apana in the lower body, then in between them is samana. And samana means esha hi etad hutam annam samam nayati. Hutam annam means food and drink, eaten and drunk. That is hutam annam. Ahuti, put in fire, is the rupak language, allegorical language, here meaning that food and drink are eaten and drunk. Then samam nayati. So it divides, and according to their required proportions. Sama means not equal in value, but equally all the anatomical parts of the body are formed. That means the food and drink which we eat and drink, from that bones, marrow, fat, and flesh, blood, skin, different types. All these are made. That is called samanam nayati. Food gets dissolved in these forms. And function in the body is that when the prana is food is digested, we see the 7 flames. The 7 organs of in the face, they show vigor. They show that man is alive. So though prana stays here there, but due to the function of samana, we see that life comes to the face. This we read. Now, in the 6th mantra, Hridihi Esha Atma. Atra etad ekashatam nadinam tasam shatam ekaikasyam dvasaptati pratishakha nadi sahasrani bhavanti aso vyanascharati. So apana, prana and samana have been told. So he has to tell about vyana. Vyana means blood circulation. Is it not the most wonderful machine made by God that every moment blood is circulated till all the tips of the body, fingernails, leg fingernails, up to all the extremist positions of the body, blood is circulated and drawn back. So, how they have counted, we do not know, but because they were rishis, so they have seen. They say that, that is why the Hridaya Atma is told, that in the Hridaya, it is the I consciousness. And from Hridaya, 101 veins go out. 101. Now, in that, one keep aside. Then 100 veins are there. And 100 veins have each 72,000 branches. Ekashatam nadinam, that means 101. Tasam ekaikasyam, each one. Shatam. Oh, no. 100 nadis. Huh? From 100 nadis, 100 branches. 100 in counting. 100 nadis have 100 branches. And in that 100 branches, there are 72,000 sub-branches. So total how much? 72 lakhs or crores. 100 into 100 into 72,000. That means 72 crores, as we call it. In the Western calculation, billion, million is 10 lakh. And million is a billion. Anyway, so let us count in millions. 72,000 into 100, 72 lakhs. A million is 10 lakhs. So this becomes 7.2 million. And into 100. So 720 millions, according to Western counting. 720 millions veins are there throughout the body, supplying blood to all the extremities and withdrawing. So, aso vyanascharati. So the vyan moves asu in all these nadis. So vyan is that which forces blood right up to the extremities of the body and withdraws it also. Then only man lives. Because when blood is in use, it absorbs carbon being produced in the body. And blood becomes full of carbon dioxide. And it comes to the heart. And then the carbon dioxide is breathed out. And what is breathed in? Oxygen. Oxygen is breathed in. It is held by the food, and then to do work in the body, carbon is produced, and carbon get mixed with that oxygen, and carbon dioxide must be thrown out of the body. It is a poison. So that apana does its work, then prana functions. So this is what the Vyana does. Commentary. Ridhi esha, ridhi esha, पुंडरीकाकार मांसपिंड परिच्छिन्ने हृदयाकाशे एष आत्मा आत्मना संयुक्त लिंगात्मा. So in heart, first Shankaracharya defines what is heart. Here I might have told several times, everybody has his own idea of heart, but we cannot live on heart. In the what we call spinal cord, the yogis says lotuses or plexuses. They are subtle, not seen by our eyes. And in that, the different plexuses are there. And they are named according to the position. That means heart plexus. So heart plexus is not in the heart. Heart plexus is the point parallel to the heart. This Swamiji has explained very clearly. So, people from that imagine that when heart is talked of, then it is that which is meant. In the spinal cord. Now, that is at the right of the heart. I am telling how many misunderstandings are there. So there, the plexus corresponding to heart will be there. That is not the heart. And because it is on the right side of the actual heart, people imagine that heart is on the right side of the chest. This much right, fully right. Heart. Then other people, many of them, from where they got that, they imagine heart is in the Bhrumadhya, in the tip of the nose, as you call it, their heart. Many great people meditate there. And though Shankaracharya has made it very clear in the Gita that eye position has been, you have been told to put eye position there. That means half opened eyes. You are not asked to concentrate there. You have to concentrate or think of God in the heart, actual. That is what Shankaracharya has said. But I know many people, Nirakarvadis, or I don't know what they are. Some ordinary people, some prominent people, celebrities. They say that heart is there. Now, in answer to all these madnesses, Shankar clearly tells heart there is. Not that yogi's lotus, which is subtle. The shape of a lotus. Pundarika means lotus. Pundarika akara mansa pinda parichinne. There is a pinda, that means flesh. Flesh with the shape of a lotus. Akashi. And in that there is space. There it is Atman. Atman, we can always understand that feeling of eye consciousness. or real Atman manifests there like the shadow. We have seen the mind. Where is mind? The seat of the mind is in heart. In the waking state, staying there, mind gets a wave. One end of the wave is fixed in the heart, and the other point can remain in the mind itself or goes to organs, and through the organs gets connected with the outside body. So where is the mind in waking state? The reply is throughout the universe, but with center in the heart. Now, in the dream state, or even in the waking state, when we close our eyes and do not think of we do not experience the external world, then we are thinking about the external world. Then where is the mind? Seat is in the heart, but it is within these nadis in the body. Then in the deep sleep or highest meditation, where is mind? Mind has withdrawn itself totally in its center, that is heart. And because of this mind function, it comes in the body. And in the heart there is I consciousness. So I consciousness is only where the mind-body complex works. There I consciousness comes. So all this will tell us that the left side of the chest, where there is blood circulation and pumping motion of wind, pumping motion for blood and pumping motion for intake and sending out of the breath. Both are on the left side of the heart, of the chest. And there we'll see there is a muscular, this Mansapinda means muscle. So the muscular shape of a lotus is there, and inside that lotus there is space, and there this Atman or reflex or I consciousness is felt, and there this prana is there as I. Now it is not description of heart. The purpose is to tell about Vyana, mind you. Prana, Apana, Samana have been told, and now we have to tell about Vyana. So Vyana, for that our heart has been told. And from heart, 72,000, 7.2 million, 720 crores nadis are going throughout the body, and the Vyana sitting in that heart, you may say, throws blood and brings back, breathes in and breathes out. So that is the Vyana function. So Acharya's commentary, we have heard that Hridaya is that Pundarika Akara Mamsa Pinda Parichinne Hridaya Kashe Esha Atma. There it is Atman. Atmana Sanyukto Lingatma. That means mind. Lingatma is the mind and Sukshma body. The organs of perception, organs of action, prana functions with the mind, that is all called Lingatma. And this mind, prominently, with the mind, the prana is there. So, Lingatma means that mind, plus mind's associates, combined with that feeling of I consciousness. So that is the prana has stayed there. Huh? And then what happens? Atra asmin hridaye. So from this heart, etad ekashatam. Ekashatam is not 100. Huh? Ekashatam, Shankara explains ekottara shatam. In the language, 1 and 100. 101. So 101 in Sanskrit is ekashatam, meaning is ekottara shatam. Sankhya pradhana nadinam bhavati. So this is the number of the main veins. Veins or nerves or whatever you like to call it. Main nadis. Tasam shatam shatam ekekasya pradhana nadya bheda. So pradhana nadis, pradhana nadi bhedas, that means branches, 100 each of these 100, not 101. Because though not mentioned here, that one will be separately mentioned. So 100, each has 100 parts. Pradhana nadinam bhavati, tasam shatam shatam ekekasya pradhana nadya bheda, punarapi dvasaptatir dvasaptatir dve dve sahasre adhike saptati. Dvasaptati means 2000 and 70,000. That is how Shankaracharya explains. Prati shakha nadi sahasrani. So in each shakha, there are 72,000 branches. Prati prati nadi shatam sankhya pradhana nadinam sahasrani bhavanti. Prati prati nadi shatam. Here Shankara has made it clear that out of 101, there are 100 nadis. And in 100 nadis, there are 100 nadis. In that 100 nadis, 72,000. Asu nadishu vyano vayu charati. Vayu means pranabhed. Prana in the form of vyana is in these nadis. Charati means moves about. A fixed place is not told, but moves about. Its name is vyana. Apana, prana, samana, name meaning also was told. Apana means going down, prana means living, samana means food digestion. So vyana name is vyapanat. It pervades everywhere. So it is called vyana. Adityadiva rashmayo. Parvejana has been explained that from sun we see rays. Hridayat sarvato gamini vir nadi, from heart, everywhere nadis are going. Sarvadeham samvyapya. So throughout the body it is covered. Vyana parvartate. The vyana is moving about. Sandhi skanda marma desheshu visheshena pranapana visheshena. Especially wherever there are joints. Sandhi skanda marma desheshu. Three different things. Sandhi, joints. Skanda, in the arms. And marmadesheshu. There are certain points in the body where if injury comes, the man dies. That is called marmadesh. So in joints, in arms, and in marmadeshas, visheshena, specially. That Vyana is throughout the body, but specially in these places. Pranapana Vrutyosya Madhye. No, Madhye Samana was told. But this also is Madhye. Stomach is Madhye. Heart is also Madhye. So, Madhye, Pranapana Vrutyu. These are functional views. And here in between it stays, Udbhuta Vrutti Viryavat Karma Karta Bhavati. How to feel its existence. Now, Udbhuta Vritti Viryavat Karma Karta. Doing any work, we require blood circulation. And there, we can feel. And then, the whole strength has to be applied sometimes. So there we can feel the Vyana Vritti. Udbhuta Vritti Viryavat, having the force of Udbhuta Virya. That means when energy springs up and man becomes very powerful, there we can feel the Vyana Vritti, and also in man's work we can see the Vyana Vritti. Now, Udana. Atha ekayor urdhve Udanaha punyena punyam lokam nayati papena papam ubhabhyam eva manusya lokam. So at the point of death, all this subtle body is carried away by Udana. That is the work of the Udana. And that is, one nadi is reserved for that. Atha ekayor urdhve Udana. One nadi which goes up through Sushumna. Now that will tell us that if it starts from heart, then it may go to spinal cord and go up. Okay. Then, and where does it go? If he has done good works, he will go to a good sphere. That means lokas, spheres higher than man. Devaloka, Gandharvaloka, Siddhaloka, etc. And if he has done bad work, then from there it will go down again and go to bad lokas. That means species below man are called bad lokas because the man suffers there. And suppose the good and bad work he has done have balanced each other, then he will come as man. So Punarjanma where happens, that also has been told here. Punyena punyam lokam jayanti, papena papam, ubhabhyame manusya lokam. Shankar explains, atha yatu, atha means fresh topic, yatu tatra ekashatanam nadinam madhe urdhvaka sushumnakhya nadi. So the name of that nadi Shankar provides, it's called Sushumna. Taya ekayor urdhva san. In that, one becomes upper going. Udano vayu apada tala mastaka vritti sancharan. Actually, it is right from the foot up to head. Everywhere the vritti is there, but it collects from everywhere. Punyena karmana shastra vitena. What is good work which is given in the scriptures? Punyam lokam devadisthana lakshanam. Devadisthan. Nayati prapayati. It takes there, or it makes one achieve that. Papena tad viparitam. Papam narakam tiryagyonadi lakshanam. Naraka is not much mentioned in the Vedas. In the Puranas, it has a concept. So here commentary can have two meanings, Naraka and, but he has not mentioned and. Huh? So Naraka means Tirya Gyonadi Lakshanam, species lower than man. Ubhabhyam samapradhanabhyam punyapapabhyam eva manushya-lokam nayati iti anuvartate. Anuvartate means the word nayati is not repeated. That you have to understand that if Punya Papa are same, he will come to Manusya Loka again. Now the next question is, outside world, how it sustains. That means the cosmic counterparts of prana. So eighth mantra, Adityo havai bahya prana udayati. Adityo havai bahya prana udayati. Eshahi enam chakshusham pranam anugrunanaha. Eshahi enam chakshusham pranam anugrunanaha. Prithiviyam ya devata. Prithiviyam ya devata. Sa esha purushasya apanam avashtabhya. Sa esha purushasya apanam avashtabhya. Anugrunana, you have to add. Huh? Antara yad akasha. Sa samano ayur. Vyanaha. Samano, vyana, both. Huh? No, it is like that. Huh? Yad akasha sa samano. Not samano vayu. Huh? Purushasya apanam avashtabhya. One part. Comma, semicolon, kuch you have to put. Huh? Antara yad akasha. Antara yad akasha sa samano. Vayur vyanaha. Understood? Vayur vyanaha. So, the Indian philosophy or Rishi's actual vision tells us that there is in the cosmos, there are certain forces, devatas, and which are there, then only the individual devatas or organs can have function. For example, if the sun is not there, light is not there, then eyes cannot see. So the devata in the eye requires an anugrahak. That means full of blessing. Huh? Devata, and that is sun. Aditya hovai bahya prana udayati. Udayati aditya. Hi esha hi enam chakshusham pranam anugrunata. Then Prithiviyam ya devata. In earth, there is the cosmic goddess earth. Sa esha purushasya apanam avashtabhya. It is the earth which pulls gravity. Through gravity, the apana vayu is pulled down. So Prithvi is the anugrahaka devata of apana. Antarayad akasha, in between there is space. So samano. So That is the Anugrahak Devata, the external space in between heaven and earth, sun and earth, is the Anugrahaka Devata for Samana. Samana moves inside, and which that means if outside space is not there, your stomach will burst. So the Vayu which is in stomach digesting food, its Anugrahak Devata is the external space. The pressure, we are always under, not the blood pressure, air pressure on our body. So that is the space, is the Anugrahak Devata of Saman Vayu. And Vayu, the wind and space is separated. Huh? So the wind which is pervading the whole universe helps Vyana. The Vayu required for blood circulation is helped by the moving wind. Shankara said, Aditya vai prasiddho. Ha vai means it is well known Aditya. Huh? He Adidaivatam. Adidaivatam means cosmic. Huh? Means Adidaivatam. Bhaya prana, external, cosmic. Sa esha udayati udgacchati. And that is, udayati means it moves about. Esha enam adhyatmikam chakshushi bhavam chakshusham pranam prakashen anugrundano rupopalabdhav chakshusha alokam kurvan iti artha. So inside in the adhyatma, within this body, eyes are there. Huh? In the eyes, there is prana, and it is helping that prana prakashanena by giving light, anugrundano, rupopalabdhav, for the experience of form. Chakshusha alokam kurvan, it gives light in the eyes. That is the Anugrahak Devata. Huh? Tatha Prithivabhimanini ya Devata prasiddha, that which Prithivabhimanini means, which says that Prithvi is I. So identified with Prithvi, there is a Devata. Sa esha purushasya apanam, apanavrittim avashtabhya means akrushya, vashikritya, adha eva apakarshanena, it pulls it down. Anugraham kurvati. So that is its supporting the apanavritti. Vartate iti artha. Anyatha hi shariram gurutvat patet savakasheva udgachet. Explaining, because there is heaviness in the body, so the body will go down. Our down means towards earth only. But body will go down, or if it light, then it will go up indefinitely. Savakashe. Savakashe means getting space. Sa avakashe. Getting space, it will go up. Or gravity, it will go down. But this Prithvi supports it. Yadetad antara madhye deva Prithvi ya akasha. So in between this Dulok and Prithvi, there is Akash space. Tastho Vayu Akasha Uchyate. Now Vayu it will again bring, na? Okay. Now Akasha, Prithvi Akasha. Huh? Tastho Vayu Akasha Uchyate. Akasha and the Vayu in that Akasha. is also called Akasha. Why? Shankar gives an example. Manchastavat. There is a stage and people are sitting on the stage. And we sometimes say the stage is shouting. When people are shouting, we say the stage is shouting. So here the Akasha means Vayu also. So Samanam Anugruhnano Vartate iti artha. That is the supporting principle of the Samana Vayu. Samanasya Antarakashastatva Samanyat. Because Samana is in the space in the body and that is space in the outside. So they are supporting each other. Samanyena cha Vayu, Vayu. So in that space there is Vayu. But Vayu is in general also. So in general Vayu, external air, so Vyapti Samanya Dhyano. Because it infills everything, so that is Vyana, supporting Vyana. Vyana Manugruhnano Vartate Abhipraya. Now, Udana, who is the supporter of Udana? Tejo Havai Udana. Tasmad Upashanta Teja Punarbhavam Indriyair Manasi Sampadyamanai. Teja. In Hindi bracket Aditya Roop is given. Teja is vitality. Teja is the principle of vitality. Or you may say heat. Heat. Heat is the supporting devata of Udana. How? Tasmat Upashanta Teja Punarbhavam. So, when one has to take another birth, then Udana functions. And then the whole body's Teja becomes quiet. Heat in the body. Teja is heat in the body. So heat goes down at the point of death or the point of Utkraman. Heat goes down. So that heat is the Anugrahak Devata of Udana. So body becomes cold. Then Udana takes. And how it goes? Indriyair Manasi Sampadyamanai. What time? When the Indriyas become one in the mind. So for death or transmigration, the functional organs become withdrawn in the mind. Then mind will become Bijabhut. And then it will be taken out. So death point means, now when a man is about to die, he cannot see, he cannot hear. So all the indriyas have become withdrawn in the mind. At that time, the Teja is becoming Shant. So Teja is the Anugrahak Devata. How to feel it? At the point of death, when the Indriyas are going to the mind, going back to the mind, the heat goes down. Acharya. Yad Bahyam Havai Prasiddham Samanyam Tejaha. Externally, we easily understand what is Teja, heat. Tat Sharire Udanam Vayum Anugruhnati. It is that supports the Udana Vayu in the body. Svena prakashena iti abhipraya. That Teja, by its own existence, manifestation, it is anugrahaka to the Udanavayu. Why? How? Yasmat Teja Swabhavo Bahya Tejo Anugrahita Utkranti Karta Tasmat Yada Laukika Purusha Upashanta Teja Bhavati Upashantam Swabhavikam Tejo Yasya Saha. So that Teja is going to take it out. So it is the Anugrahak Devata of Udan. But we can feel it that Utkranti Karta, the person who is going to go out. When, how to understand? Yada Laukika Purusha Upashanta Teja Bhavati. In the world, a man becomes cold. So there we can understand that the Teja is going down. Upashantam Swabhavikam Tejo Yasya Sa. Swabhavik Teja is there in man, and when it becomes Shanta, then we can understand it. Tadatam Kshina Mumursham Vidyat. When the heat goes down, you should understand that life is over, he is going to die. So Punarbhavam, Sharirantaram Pratipadyate. So dying means he is going to get another body. Katham? Sa Indriyar Manasi Sampadyamane Pravishadbir Vagadivi. So Vagadi Indriyas will go back to the mind, ready for going out. Yat chitta tenesha pranam ayati. Prana tejasa yuktaha saha atmana yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati. Chitta means the tranquil state of the mind. Tena, by that, esha pranam ayati. So, in the tranquil state of the mind, the pranas have come. Prana tejasa yukta, and that teja, it meets it here. Sa atmana, along with atma means linga sharir. Linga sharir, also the consciousness associated with that I consciousness. Then in the mind, something had come at the point of death, sankalpa. According to that, it goes to the next body. So this and the next mantra, 2 mantras, we'll take it up on the next Wednesday. This Utkranti point, we'll take it up on the next Sunday. Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshabhir Yajatra Sthirai Rangai Tuštavansas Tanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddashrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starkyo Arishtanemi Swastina Brahaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti 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 Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.